So here's another video. This is a little bit of a guide for me to, and a documentation, of course, of this particular trip going to the ICA. It's in the other side, so it will guide me with this map going to the Trafalgar Square. And I'm going to the ICA, which is a museum, and at the same time there's a movie or a film festival in London. It's a short film festival, so I'm heading now. I'm walking, actually heading to, or waiting for a bus, and I'm going to cross within this side into the bus stop, which is due in another seconds by now. So the bus has already arrived, and I always frequently staying in this upper part of the bus because it will give me much better view, and at the same time Oyster, of course, you just have to swipe your card. It's very convenient, and every bus ride would be £1 or £1. Pretty amazing. No matter how far you will be stopping with this bus, it's not gonna change. Just one stop or 24 or 30, whatever. However, it's another night, and me trying to get familiar with the people, and a lot of things are going on. Part of this trip also is to really get familiar, and I am also keep on looking at it, the progression of the ride. So I'm now in the Streatham. I haven't reached the point of the river crossing yet, but in no time. This video is actually cutting most of the time. It's turning on and off, and it's great that you are able to, this application, actually the city mapper is quite popular also for London people, because it will guide you if you're going to a different area, and it includes the 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 commute part, if you want to get the tube or the train, or in my case I keep on using the bus, the red bus, because it is easier for me, and I'm able to also see the sights, most especially, which is quite helpful. And this is already near to the Vauxhall, or to the intersection of the Oval area, which is near to Gasworks, of course. So this is the part wherein I have to, oh, this is the bus station. There's an intersection of the bus and also a train station tube that's also very much in the near of the area. So the last night I was passing by through here. You can see in the other video of mine wherein a particular person, he was an exhibitionist, I suppose, but he was captured by the police because he was naked, just walking around the city. There's also an Uber boat, and I think it would be something of a special trip around the Thames River that you have to book. I don't know how it does and how it is being arranged into. So right now I am here in this stop, the Passenbury Terrace, and it is somewhere just a few meters away from the Thames. This is a street that is about a few stops away from the Trafalgar Square, where I am currently heading. So I am thinking about this as I'm looking into the map, because I've seen this and I've noticed a Tate Britain, and it rings a bell in me that it's actually, there's actually more than one Britain museum, I know Tate museum in here, but this one is not the one. The Tate Modern, because it is on the other end. I mean, on the other side of the of the section, and it's not crossing in this area right here. So this must be, I'm checking now the internet and looking at the two Tate, which is the Tate Museum and the Tate Britain and the Tate Modern, and I suppose that thinking about it, it carries a different collection, which is the one is more towards the conventional, the history, and the other Tate Modern is carrying this contemporary works and collections, and also the curation and probably the programming would totally be different from each other apart. So looking at the map of London at the same time the entire UK and England and the Great Britain makes me grasp a little bit of those nuances. So here I am right now. On the other hand, I'm continuing this journey looking at this map, and there's several stops now towards the Parliament Hill fields. And yeah, I keep on referring to this because this is a city mapper in London, which is very useful. You can go by train, it gives you can go by bus, and it gives you this almost accurate prediction of how long the bus would arrive, or how long would be the waiting time in a case you'll be waiting in a waiting shed, for example. But you have to be very careful to be in the actual um, sign where the city mapper is giving you an instruction, because it happens to me a lot. I wasn't really reading through the code. It says, for example, a letter Q for this stop sign, and then you have to stand in there and be responsible enough to really assert your way. And what I mean about that is you have to make a gesture to let the bus stop, because it happens to me that I didn't move or whatsoever, and the bus was expecting that I'm not going inside, or I'm not gonna go ride with it. So you have to make that signal, especially when you're riding during those late hours when there is no much passengers in the area, because although it says it's a stop section, it's not a guarantee that this bus driver would stop if they can't see any people in that location. Especially that happens a lot during the night, the late time. So I am here right now in this section of the city, so I'm going down already. This is the Trafalgar Square, I think, and it has a lot of theater and a very busy time. This is a Thai restaurant. It's quite nice actually being here in this center of the city. It makes you um, uh, become disoriented, and I like that disoriented feeling when you are being put in a very specific location that you don't know exactly what is going on, or where are you. So I'm just trying to record with this camera the signs, and just for me to recall, and at the same time take a note within my gadget and my camera to somehow later on, if there's a really need to review the images in my phone, and I want it would give me the a chance to probably ask someone, or if I would be needing it to really um, track where I was. So this is what I am tracking right now, and I'm supposed to be heading to the mall, but this is the Paul Mall, and it tricked me because I was in the wrong building actually. So looking back, referring to the map, I need to go at the back on the other building. So this is just me walking and taking notice of this beautiful pieces that's situated outside, these sculptures and monuments.
What's needed?
that I have to remember as well. So this is quite a long building actually, and I am here at the back still, or the ICA actually situated at the back portion. So this is somewhat the front part of it. So actually at this very moment that I am here, I was just standing in front of this old building, and it is getting confusing a little because I was looking in the map, and the actual building that I should be in was the ICA, and it should be at the mall, and the exact location is, I thought it is already the mall that I was standing in front of this building, but it's actually the Paul Mall, which I'll be showing you in a bit. And so here I am trying to navigate with the phone, although the connection is helping much because it has a great connection with the phone, and my gadget is really guiding me on. And I was just looking around, trying to turn my gadget and to calibrate the compass, and so the direction that I was actually in and I should be at is actually not in this building. So I got out. I was actually getting in this building a while ago, and then I had this weird look from people, from the employees over there, or maybe it was just my judgment because I was a bit disoriented, and it feels funny and I felt embarrassing. So this way I am now walking towards the actual place that I should be in, although there's a series actually of confusion, but it's really part of the journey. So I'm taking a lot of mental note, and I'm also taking a lot of images in this phone, trying to remember both from the memory of my phone and my actual memory, and hoping that the next time I will be visiting this area, it will be another easy breeze process compared to this one that I am doing right now. So, but again, yes, being lost actually helps a lot of the remembering, because you have this tendency to really pursue or really try harder the next time that you will be storing a lot of memories in yourself, and this is trauma part, which is actually a good thing. You will be trauma bonded with the experience, and it will become part of you, how you organize your thoughts and how you organize this itinerary next time that you will be heading to a to a specific space. So right now I am very much near to that place where I'll be heading, and taking notice of some elements as well. The bicycle is quite nice, and this is the actual spot. So it looks like a DIY, more like a very relaxed institution inside of this very grand looking building, which is in London. Actually, it becomes like a usual thing that people are renovating a lot of things from the past and making it somewhat new. So I'm here in this gallery right now in the ICA. It has special exhibition, and the actual purpose of my visit actually here is to attend this short film festival of London, or London Short Film Festival of 2025. So I got in. So we have tickets, complimentary ticket. I was invited, but before it started, actually the person told me that it would start the film that I'll be watching and participating into will be an hour away from this moment that which also gives me an ample of time to explore the building, and at the same time, since it has a multi-level of galleries, that I am actually surprised to to know and to discover it. So I am now heading to the second floor in this space that there's an exhibition that is ongoing, and mostly these are various artists from London who are exhibiting. These are Asians, and most of them hasn't had that established career. So most of them are just starting, but it nevertheless the show and the works that I've seen here are some are exciting and at the same time unique in a way that I, I didn't have much of the time actually to read and take longer because I felt so hungry during this time, so I moved down, and I think this is already in the very first space. But I am planning to go back to these spaces when there's when all I have to do is really to go in this show, and the films that are being shown right here. I mean, the video installation would take some time. So whatever that I can take some moment on and linger a little bit, like this stack of clothes with plants, is quite exciting. I have a show, I mean, I have a work in Viva last year that had a similar vibes with it, but it was more of a mongo beans that I planted in a cloth. And this is another show that has a variety of things that are going on. So I'm getting outside, as I've said, that I am getting hungry, and then the show the film showing would take for another 40 minutes as I am walking right now. So I just went directly to a manger. It is a coffee shop with snacks and some things to take, like bread and juice, and you can stay for a bit longer in here. So I took a salad and a juice drink, and I think this is fine already for me because I think I'm not a very big eater, but it'd be enough with this beans combination of fish, and also the drink is still ginger juice. So it's an organic coffee that you say, and I think that it, it is it's being spread all over London. So yeah, I'm already done, and I need to go out, and I need to walk and go back to the the showing because I think it will start in a few while from now, and it'll be a perfect time also to go and take a proper seat in the cinema. And the front desk told me that it will be starting in 6:50. Then I'm checking my time. It's 6:54 already, so it's about time to go back there so they can enter already. Looks like this is quite a huge building.
How sound permeates through and how this concept being formed or distortion of sound through monstrous mythology, gentrification in the Philippines, and Spanish colonialism. Also, there's a handout sheet. I'm not sure how many you'll have, but you can catch it on your way out.
So the film was actually quite short. Actually enjoyed it, and it was a bit nostalgic, especially for me, who was very keen on the um, Filipinos diaspora, about these themes, and also the elements that we were using in the film, in the music, for example, or some sounds are being designed in a way that it becomes nostalgic. They have the scene that are mostly in the scene at night or a nighttime scene, or that is the impression that they get from that. It was about the gentrification, the colonial mindset in the Philippines, or and the experience in general. It brings me back to a certain time, and at the same time, the shifting stories and the mythology in the Philippines. There's actually a lot of layers, actually, and it was titled Tao Po, which has which would leave a mark actually in my mind. It is one of those special moments when, of course, being Filipino, watching it from this lens, and at the same time being here in this situation where I am in London and things are going on and a lot of things to process on. It gives you that the film might have a different experience or a different review from different people. Of course, there are parts of the film that I don't like as well, and there are several things that it's not about liking it, but more a way of it moves you a little, which is a good thing. So yeah, I'm just continuing my my journey this night, and I'll be walking towards the entire strip where this road will take me to my destination in the residence. So I'm gonna stop my blobbing right in this moment right now. This is a monument in the floor, and markers, and just taking notice of a lot of things in the street. And this will be some future reference as well. Red lights, walls, and then promotional materials.
So I'm heading to Lambeth.
Actually, I'm not gonna stop talking right now. Maybe I'll just keep on with this
Crossing
the
that.
entire video, the remaining minutes, actually, which is not that long anymore. So yeah, I'm starting to cross the bridge right here, and this is a section of the crossing of these markers and those buildings that are setting across to each other. And this river Thames part is Alambeth Bridge that I wasn't able to walk, although I'm sure I've crossed this many parts, but within inside the vehicle, like a bus, most of it. So I'm just taking notice of how much dots it took to
Now I am
make
crossing the
these
bridge
lines
already.
and that this
So
letter.
that is the
For example, the L.
Thames River.
And yeah, I'm not so close with London Eye. I'm walking here, and it's a cold, freezing night, and I'm so glad that it is dry
Serene
night
night.
with not much
All over the London.
rain along the town. If you arrive in London, there's no so much rain for the 3 weeks.
So by
So
this
I
time,
only
I'm already
experienced like
halfway
one
in the
time
bridge.
there was a drizzle, and there's
And
a very
I
slight
think
rain
I
in the past
remember once
night,
I
but
already
most of my
went to this
night walks
area, or
here
was it
is
the other
fairly
bridge
nice
that I
weather
took
actually, and I'm quite
on the
enjoying it.
previous one?
Right now,
I think
the very moment that I am
that bridge
recording this
over there
audio,
on the other side,
it has
because that building, the
there's
straight
a
building,
news around that there's a
that one
storm
was, I
that is
remember,
usually going on, although it's
and
not that serious
I
or
was
strong
actually
compared to the
looking
Philippines, of course.
through that,
But
And
it
now it is
makes you just become
blue, but
so
by the time that I
lazy.
first laid my
And
eyes on that
well, that's for me.
freezing
And I
eye,
am
London
not
eye
able
was
to
red.
go out much because of
So
this
I'm
rain.
about to
But
go.
lucky enough for me, I have the
And
two raincoats, would be much useful now
I'm here to
that I thought at first that it's gonna be very useful by the moment that I arrived here, and now it's getting realistically um, that I'm going to use in a couple of days actually, because it's raining here and the storm is just purely rain and a bit of wind. So this area right here, I'm enjoying it actually a lot, especially since water, and then there's the boardwalk where I am at, and then crossing these archways of some train um, railways that are over in the head, and then underneath are some bike stands that are for rental. I was supposed to rent some bicycle, and I was planning to actually ever since when I got in here, but after a while, after the third week, I managed to fix one bicycle that is being assigned in the, or I thought about it that maybe the previous artist who's living in our case right now, I mean, who's taking the residency like a few previous years or so, was the one who left it, and I'm so glad that it's a legendary bicycle. Actually, it's not that much a quality bicycle, but it's very useful, and the bike that I have to take wherever I have to.